Hello everybody and welcome back to X-Plane 11. My name is Micah and today we are going to be checking out the Just Flight Traffic Global X-Plane 11. This adds over 600,000 airline routes and aircraft around the world into the game live and active. As you can see here in Atlanta, we have quite a bit already parked at the gate, and we have some aircraft landing and taking off and taxiing. We're going to be heading to Charlotte today to see how this program works out for us. Let's get into our aircraft and get going here. Got an MD-80 pulling up here to the left. Show you guys that as it comes in here. Little off, but not bad. Not bad at all. All right, let's get pushed back here and get going.
Connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
All right, let's go ahead and release the parking brake.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right, starting pushback here. That collision light's coming on. Engine number 2 going ground. For my hip this off. Fantastic. The Southwest 737 pulling into the ramp area. All right. As we get taxiing here, let's talk about a little bit about what Traffic Global is, what it is not. And, of course, we'll talk about the specs and things like that. How much has it impacted my frame rates and so forth. So, what is Traffic Global for X-Plane 11? It basically creates AI traffic in the game at every airport that's basically out there. That's airlines. It also includes general aviation as well. But mainly just airlines at this point in time. They do plan on updating some stuff, adding military in and things like that. That United A319 passing by. It adds flights both on the ground, taxiing, takeoff, and in the air. And it has basically every type of jet that's out there. So it's pretty cool. Allows a lot of more realism into your flight simulator. But at what cost? How much does it affect your frames? How much does it affect your performance with your computer? Well, let's go ahead and talk about that for a second. So I am in Atlanta, of course, which is a very, very busy airport. I have a add-on airport, which decreases the frame rates, and I have an add-on aircraft, which also decreases the frame rates. So how much does it actually affect? Let me fix this real fast and on y'all. There we go. All right. How much does it actually affect the frames? Well, before I had global traffic loaded up, I was getting approximately 32 to 33 frames per second here in X-Plane 11 in Atlanta. When I added in Global Traffic 11, it did drop some frames. Now I'm getting 25 or 26 on average, and that's here on the ground, of course, with all these aircraft around. So overall, I only lost about 7 frames per second, which is rather well. I mean, rather good for having all of this aircraft all over the place. I mean, look at how many aircraft that is. It's quite a bit. So only losing about 7 frames per second is really a good sign here. It does not take a lot out of your system. Now, I have a decent computer here, so it may vary depending on what you're using, what airport you're at, if it's an add-on airport or is it default. Are you using ortho? I mean, I have ortho tiles in this area as well. So there's a lot that's being used here in the simulator, but it's doing fairly well. I'm still able to fly and have relatively smooth performance. I mean, it is 25 frames per second, so it's not the best in the world, but I can operate with that. I can work with that. So honestly, all in all, quite impressed with the performance of this plugin. I was expecting it to hit me a little bit harder than it actually has. So we are going to get up here and get into the queue here for takeoff. Doesn't look like we have anybody in front of us. We do want to let the Southwest jet pass in front of us, of course, though. You have some options when it regards to AI aircraft. You can set it to where you can have collisions or you don't have collisions. Have it where they'll take your parking spot or they won't take your parking spot. You have options of how much density of aircraft you have. So if you're having issues with, your performance, so to speak, then you have the option of changing that density. Here's aircraft coming in to land, and it's on the ground. So not the most realistic landing there, but hey, I will take it over not having it. So this is definitely an improvement over not having that option to see that. But anyway, so there are options for you to help improve your performance. You have options for all kind of things in the settings. There's also, I will say this because it took me forever to figure this out, there are key bindings for this plugin. Things like, for example, the one that I was trying to figure out for the life of me and could not, is the labels. You'll see the subtitles up here. You see the labels. These are all the aircraft currently in the air in front of me. And I could not, for the life of me, figure out how to get rid of those. And it was the insert button. It cycles through the option of only showing those in the air, showing those in the air and on the ground, or not showing them at all. All right, we are approaching the runway here. We're going to prepare to disembark or depart from Atlanta. Get everything set up. I think we are set and ready to go. We'll go TARA. So traffic shows up. Landing lights coming on. Taxi lights off. Going strobe and steady. Alright, it is important to make sure you are clear now on the takeoffs and the runways here, because there are aircraft that are landing. So you have to be careful with that. Now, in regards to ATC, I have not noticed like the air traffic control contacting these AI aircraft. It may just be a settings issue, or I haven't figured out exactly how that all works together, or if it does at all. So I'm not entirely sure about all of that. Alright, let's get up and out of here. I will notice that facing this direction, my frames did drop down to 20. I'm guessing because of the amount of aircraft I'm currently seeing here. Let's see how this goes as we get up into the sky, though. That may change.
$80 knots. V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Positive rate's gears coming up.
$400.
400 feet.
1,000.
1,000 feet, activating autopilot. All right, as we have taken off and got up here into the departure, the frames have dramatically increased to 40. So the airport has taken a huge toll on my frames overall. But again, having gone into the airport before without global traffic, it only took about 7 frames out. But that is something to note. You can change the population density of the aircraft, so you do have that option. So if you're having frame issues, like I was on departure, you can tune that down so that you don't have that as much. We're going to fly all the way over to Charlotte, and we're going to see how it is up in cruise and, of course, on the approach leg of the flight, and see how it handles global traffic with X-Plane 11. Alright, we are up here at our cruising altitude, 25,000 feet. We'll be up here for just a little bit. Not a long flight here to Charlotte. But I do want to go ahead and show you guys. Pop outside for a second. And show you guys the traffic around the area. So activate the labels here. You'll see that we got one that's about 12 nautical miles away. Looks like it's a 7-3 something. Couple in front of us, and several behind us as well. So it does absolutely create aircraft. That's Atlanta back there. All these departures and arrivals in Atlanta. It is creating aircraft as we're flying. I am going to be interested to see, though, as we get closer to Charlotte, how it performs with us there. So I'll be back with you once we get closer to Charlotte and start our approach. All right, everybody, we are on our arrival here into Charlotte. We do have some aircraft in the area. It doesn't look like we'll have anything impacting our approach, so we should be good all the way in. Overall traffic global 11 for traffic global for X-Plane 11 by Just Flight. Pretty neat add-on. It's done pretty well. I like the fact that you're adding in all of these aircraft into the scenario, into the flight sim, without being online, which is pretty cool. I'm used to flying on X-Plane VATSIM, and VATSIM, of course, you're having real life people in the area, but I always found that, you know, in the default offline version of X-Plane, that you really don't get the amount of traffic you should. Traffic Global fixes that. Now, of course, there's other programs in existence that do basically the same job in a different way, such as World Traffic 3 and so forth. But in general, X-Plane 11 has been needing a program like this for a while, and I'm glad that it has finally come in. There are other benefits to Traffic Global that I did not cover here. I would highly recommend you go over to justflight.com and check out the Traffic Global page there that has all the different information that you'll need to know, system requirements, detailed description of what it does, what it doesn't do, and so forth. But overall, a very nice little program. But we'll see how it looks here down in Charlotte as we come into land. Hopefully we won't have any interference by any arriving or departing aircraft. Like I said, again, we shouldn't have any issues here. That is Charlotte right there. That's I think the closest closest. Yeah, I don't think we'll have any issues on our arrival here. We will have some departing aircraft, but that's okay. All right, I'll see you guys as we get closer to the ground here, and we'll finish out this video with a nice, hopefully butterly smooth landing. Alrighty, we're coming here to land here in Charlotte. Getting onto our final approach here. Your glide slope has been activated. Go ahead and bring our flaps down to 15. Gears coming down. Got the runway in sight. 36 center right there. Let's bring her in nice and easy. Looking for a final approach 147. There's land taxi lights coming on. And getting some frame drops right there, loading up, I assume, the area. This approach altitude has been set. Flaps coming down to 30. Auto approach flaps set 30 degrees. Gear down, green all the way. Speed brakes have been armed. Auto brakes are at 2. We are ready to land here. No traffic in sight. Closest one is like 6.5 miles away and is climbing, getting out of here. So no traffic as a factor. No traffic on TCAS. Thousand feet.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Captain as the aircraft. Looking good, looking good.
400. 300.
Little off center.
200. 100.
Killing the throttle.
50. 40. 30.
And flare. Very nice. Reversers out.
knots.
$60 knots. Killing reversers. Manual braking. Our brakes coming off. And speed brakes coming in. Flaps coming in. All right. Got some aircraft at the gate over here. We'll taxi over there. Lane lights coming off. Turn lights coming off. Going steady. Alt off.
You may now use your mobile phones and other handheld electronic devices while we taxi to the gate. However, your laptop computers and larger electronics must remain still.
Well, let's get taxi to the gate here. Parked up.
For all your future travel needs, including checking in for
I would appreciate all you guys watching, joining me today in this video.
If you have questions regarding ground transportation, baggage claim,
Hopefully this video kind of answered some of your questions maybe you had about X-Plane 11 Traffic Global. If it hasn't, let me know in the comments below. I'll see if I can get the answers for you that you need.
having you on board, and look forward to the opportunity to serve you once again.
Of course, don't forget you can become a member of the Flight Club, get access to the Flight Club Discord, as well as special stuff inside of there, downloads page, things like that. Get liveries as well as checklists I've created for different aircraft. And you support me, of course, in all that I do, allowing me to get things like global traffic, or traffic global, sorry, so I can showcase them to you. you can make that decision on is it worth buying or not. All right, let's park up here on the left here. And we'll be done with the flight today. I do again want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing, liking, commenting, joining me today in this flight, and any other future flights you may join me as well. Alrighty, let's get this thing parked. A little bit to the left, and there we go. Bring it in nice and easy. Nice and easy. And right there. Perfect. The thing parked. Fantastic. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little video here on Traffic Global. Once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time up in the sky.